What's good, y'all? It's Ali back at it with another YouTube video in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you are after. So let's go right into it. So today we have a simple yet ridiculously important mental model, and that is focus. Because a lot of you niggas completely unfocused. You got that TikTok brain. And this is mostly a problem with my generation, which is Gen Z, and the previous generation, which I think is Gen Alpha. You niggas can figure it out. But basically, niggas lack the ability to focus on activities that help them achieve their goals. And the problem is, if you can't focus on activities that help you achieve your goals, how do you expect to achieve them? You can't. You need to be able to focus on these activities in order to accomplish what you seek. But first and foremost, let's define focus in the context of you achieving your goals. And focus simply means, right, paying. Oh, I put an R. What the fuck? So paying attention to something that helps you achieve your goals, right? Because the only way to get value out of something is to pay attention. That's why you pay, guys. That's the paying aspect of it. Like, if you want to get value, meaning if you want to get skill and an ability from activities that help you achieve your goals, you have to pay attention to gain said ability. But the problem with a lot of you guys is that you guys can't pay attention long enough. A lot of you guys, you can't pay attention to something for more than 5 minutes. And because you can't pay attention to something for more than 5 minutes, you only get 5 minutes worth of value out of it. So how do we ensure that you're actually able to focus on things long enough to get value from it, to ensure that you do what? You achieve your goals? Well, let's think about it like this. Okay, let's say right now you can only focus on something for about 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, right? Whatever the activity is. So 5 minutes. So what I would say is, for a lot of you guys, for me, at least this will mostly apply to guys that are doing desk work for the most part. This can still apply to you if, let's say, you're an athlete and your focus or the activities you need to be doing as an athlete is go to a field. Let's say you're a soccer player. You need to go to a field to train, right? So you can get better, so you can become a professional soccer player. So you might not need to be sitting at a desk to do that, right? Not even might. You're not going to be sitting at a desk to do that, right? So the thing is, though, as someone who's aspiring to become a professional soccer player, you're eventually probably going to have to sit and do focused desk work. For example, when you network, when you reach out to teams, when you reach out to colleges, you understand? So eventually we all end up having to sit and do something somewhere at a desk, right? That's just what ends up happening. So how do we get ourselves to a point where we can focus on something that involves desk work, for example, or a computer, or writing an essay for more than 5 minutes? Well, if you can only focus for 5 minutes right now, we just have to slowly increase that. This is basically the same kind of interval training that you will see in the gym when you lift weight, right? You only might be able to lift 100 pounds right now. But the thing is, if you slowly increase that by continuously practicing lifting 100 pounds, because you're naturally going to get stronger as you push yourself, you could go to 105, then 110, then 115. You slowly increase. So let's just take you where you're at. If 5 minutes is where you're at, okay, sit down at your desk, do work for about 5 minutes. Just sit there and do the work for 5 minutes. You can set a timer on your phone, for example. If your phone distracts you, you can set a timer on your computer. So you set the timer for 5 minutes, you sit there and do work for 5 minutes, timer goes off, okay, you stop. You take a break from work, and then you come back again. This time you push to what? 6 minutes, right? You just push to 6 minutes now. So you set the timer again. This time it's for 6 minutes. And what the difference between this time and last time is that there's 1 minute longer in which you're focusing, understand? So this is the 1 minute in which you push yourself. In the same way, like when you're lifting weights in the gym, you're pushing yourself to push for that higher weight when you're not used to said weight. If you're at 100 and now you go to 105, it's obviously heavier, but you're close enough in terms of your base ability. Like right now, you can only do 5 minutes, but if you go to 6, you're close enough to the point that you can push through that extra minute of work you need to do. You're like, even though you're feeling the need to get distracted, you can force yourself to be like, nope, I gotta go for this last minute. I gotta go. And it's not too high to the point that you can't handle it. Because if I was like, okay, go from 5 minutes to an hour, you'd be like, my nigga, what the fuck? I can only focus for 5 minutes. I can't go for an hour. Like, that's too much. But if I told you, okay, go to 4 minutes or stay at 5 minutes, you'd be like, well, I'm not really gaining anything here because I'm already able to do that. So this extra minute, this extra plus 1 minute that you're at, makes it easy to where it's like, okay, well, I only got to go 1 minute more. Okay, now I'm at 6 minutes. Okay, boom. I was able to do that. That actually wasn't that bad. And you might even realize for yourself, you don't even have to just make 1 minute jumps. You're like, bro, 1 minute was easy. This time, let me jump by 5, bro. Right? Let's do 5 plus. So now you go from 6 minutes to 11, right? So now you're 11 minutes. Because you're like, okay, let me push for 5 minutes. That's not that bad. Just like when you lift weight in the gym, you might be like, okay, I just want to buy 5 pounds, but that actually wasn't that bad. Let me go buy 10 this time. So you even have to see for yourself with the amount of time that you sit and focus for your work, like, okay, maybe I can actually start to push myself a lot harder than I really thought I would be able to in the past. Because 1 minute, that was too easy. 5 minutes, okay, this is harder, but I can handle that. So maybe you need to jump by even more. And the thing is, you just practice doing this over and over again. And before you know it, you'll be able to focus for hours. You can go super hard for 4 hours. And I'm telling you guys this because this is what I did. Because it's not like I was always able to focus very well on any task or anything like that. I was like, well, I want to focus harder. Because after like 10, 20 minutes or to an hour, I'm like, I want to get distracted. I want to do something else. So how do I pull myself back to earth every time? Well, I have to practice pulling myself back to earth by slowly increasing the intensity or duration in which I am focusing to the point that you get used to it. Because I promise you, you will always get used to it. And maybe for you guys right now, 5 minutes isn't what it is. Maybe it's like you can focus for an hour, you get distracted. You get 2 hours, you get distracted. But you have to just go from wherever you're at and you push yourself slightly. And then even when you're pushing yourself, you gauge it. You're like, okay, 30 minutes, I can do this extra 30 minutes and I feel nothing. So let me push again and again and again, to where the harder that you go, or the more you push this number in terms of how much time you increase in which you focus on an activity, obviously the better you get faster because you're pushing yourself harder naturally. Just like if you lift a heavier weight that's super heavy, that's at least at a threshold that you can lift it, you're going to get stronger faster because the intensity is higher. So it's in this way, guys, that you can start to focus on activities that help you achieve your goals at a higher level by simply slowly working your way up from wherever you're at. This is literally the interval training of focusing mentally. And understand, guys, just like with all things that you want to have in life or all things that you find valuable, focus, consistency, discipline, motivation, whatever it is, you have to work for it. No one is born with focus, guys. I don't want you guys to sit here and think to yourself that, well, some guys, they could just focus and that's just, no. While yes, maybe there's some guys that are genetically blessed with the ability to focus on shit. Them niggas are usually autistic, but they're blessed with that ability. You don't have to be blessed with that ability to gain it. You just have to train it. And you have to train for all things that you want in life that are valuable. And if focus is something that's valuable to you, your ability to pay attention to something is valuable to you, well, you got to start training it. And this is how you do it. So I hope all that shit makes sense. And this is actually a part 1 video I'm making about focus, by the way. I'm also going to make a part 2 video about this because even once you get your base focus good, like you're able to focus on things for long durations, you actually need to make sure now that you have that ability, you put your focus, you ensure that you maintain that ability on activities that are actually helping you achieve your goals. Rather than, okay, I have the ability to focus now, so let me do everything. But anyway, you guys will hear about that in the part 2 video that I'll probably make tomorrow. But just let me know if you guys fuck with this. Let me know if that quickly made sense for you guys, bro. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the fam too. You know what I'm saying? I want more guys to see this shit so they can all achieve their goals and reach the peak of their masculinity and just win massively in life. Because the only way you can do that is if you do what? Is if you focus, y'all. That's why I make this shit. So just let me know how you guys feel about this shit down in the comments below. I want to make sure you guys can focus. And the only way I know this is actually helping you lame niggas is if you give me feedback. Because how can we get better at anything unless we get feedback, right? So yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to catch you niggas in the next YouTube video. Deuces.